Have you ever been greeted by a dog wagging its tail only to be met with a growl? Confusing, right? We often think a wagging tail means a happy dog, but it's not always that simple. Dogs communicate in a language all their own, using body language, vocalizations, and even scent. One day, my dog Daddy and I were approached by a dog with a wildly wagging tail. At first glance, it seemed like a friendly greeting, but Daddy sensed something was off. The other dog's body was tense, its ears were pinned back, and its eyes were wide. Daddy immediately knew this dog wasn't being friendly. It was nervous and trying to appear bigger. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Understanding dog behavior goes beyond the obvious. Just like we use words to communicate, dogs use a complex system of signals. By learning their language, we can strengthen our bond and create a safer, happier life together.
Dogs are amazing companions, but they don't think like humans. They rely on instinct and learned behaviors.
When we misunderstand their signals, it can lead to frustration, fear, and even aggression. Imagine this. You're trying to tell your friend you're not feeling well, but they keep trying to hug you. You might feel overwhelmed and even push them away.
Dogs feel the same way when their signals are misinterpreted. A dog that's scared might growl or snap if it feels trapped.
By understanding your dog's behavior, you can provide a safe and loving environment, build trust and strengthen your bond, avoid misunderstandings that can lead to conflict, and help your dog feel heard and understood. Let's start with the basics, tail wags. While a wagging tail can indicate happiness, it's not always a green light for petting. The speed, direction, and even the position of the tail can tell a different story.
A fast, full-body wag usually means I'm happy and excited. Think of a dog greeting their owner after a long day. But a slow, stiff wag, especially with a lowered tail, might signal anxiety or uncertainty. And a tail tucked between the legs? That's a clear sign of fear or submission.
Remember that dogs' body language speaks volumes. Pay attention to the whole picture, not just the tail. A wagging tail with a relaxed body and a happy face is a good sign. But if the dog's body is tense, its ears are back, or its eyes are wide, it's best to give it some space. Section 4. Decoding the Canine Dictionary. More than just tail wags. Tail wags are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to dog communication. Dogs use a whole range of body language cues to tell us how they're feeling. Here are a few more examples.
Dogs yawn when they're tired, but also when they're stressed or anxious. It's their way of saying, I need to calm down. This can be a sign of anticipation, stress, or even nausea. Pay attention to the context. Is your dog licking its lips before a meal or after being scolded? This is when a dog shows the whites of their eyes, often with a tense body. It's a sign of discomfort or fear and a warning that they might bite if pushed.
By learning to recognize these subtle cues, you can better understand your dog's emotional state and respond accordingly. Section 5. Speaking dog, how to respond to your furry friend. Now that you're starting to understand dog language, let's talk about how to respond in a way that builds trust and strengthens your bond.
If a dog seems scared or anxious, give them space and time to calm down. Avoid approaching them directly or making sudden movements. Reward good behaviour with praise, treats, or a favourite toy. This helps your dog associate positive emotions with desired actions. Learning takes time for both dogs and humans. Be patient with your furry friend and use consistent cues and commands.
Remember, communication is a two-way street. By paying attention to your dog's behavior and responding appropriately, you can build a loving and respectful relationship that will last a lifetime. Section 6. The Unbreakable Bond, a love story written in barks and wags. The bond between a dog and their human is truly special. Dogs offer us unconditional love, loyalty, and companionship. In return, we have a responsibility to understand and care for them in a way that honors their nature. Learning to speak dog is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and a willingness to see the world from your dog's perspective. But the rewards are immeasurable. By learning to listen to our dogs, not just with our ears, but with our hearts, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding and a more profound connection. And that, my friends, is a love story worth wagging your tail about.